From the Slumberland Furniture Studio, this is 95.3 WBEV Beaver Dam, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Getting to know your friends and neighbors, this is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to Hometown Today here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. And brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios. We are also streaming live this morning on Daily Dodge TV, so certainly check us out there at dailydodge.com. In not too long, we will welcome our guests to the airwaves. Really excited to have a chance to meet some new friends and neighbors today as we get acquainted with Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter, Autumn Nye. They are with us here this morning on Hometown Today to talk about the upcoming 13th annual Horicon Living History Days, which is happening in Horicon this weekend. There is so much happening with, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to dive into this with you two because there's a lot of fun things happening. Yes. So we want to share those details with everybody. We'll be checking in with Diana Ogle with Park Village Shopping Center. They have a big spring craft fair coming up this weekend. And our friend Tom Ballweg with Ballweg Implement will ring us up shortly after 10 so we can get the latest haps at Ballweg Implement in Beaver Dam and Waupun and get revved up, not only just for any brat fry this Friday at Ballweg Implement, but to kick off the 2024 brat fry season. Have that tasty Pernat brat and a beverage for only $2 this Friday at Ballweg Implement in Beaver Dam. Your Milwaukee Brewers back in action today, visiting the Royals. And hello, of course, we have all the action for you, starting with the pregame show tonight at 6 and the first pitch being tossed out at 6:30. We will get to know our friends with the Horicon Historical Society and talk Horicon Living History Days next here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Floor covering, bringing together friends and neighbors on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios. We are also streaming live this morning in the Daily Dodge TV studios, so check us out online at dailydodge.com. I know it's only Monday, but I'm already looking forward to the weekend. There's always stuff going on. It seems like this time of year, we really are on the launch pad for events season.
Yes.
And we have a big event that is coming up this weekend in my little city on the marsh. And I'm so happy to welcome here this morning on Hometown Today, Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter, Autumn Nye, who has been involved with Horicon Living History Days. And that is what we're going to be focusing on this morning here on Hometown Today, because this weekend is the 13th annual Horicon Living History Days. Now, it will kick off this Friday, May 10th, but that is school day. I know my one of my kiddos will be a part of this. Friday is just, I know, I'm excited for them. Friday is just for area schools and homeschool families. And then Saturday through Sunday, everything will be open to the public for the annual Horicon Living History Days. So we have a lot to talk about, girls.
Yes, we do.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning. Thank you so much for having us today.
Well, thank you so much for being here. As I saw April go by so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, we have got to get our date set for Hometown Today, because this is a big deal when Horicon Living History Days happens.
We think so.
Well, absolutely. And 13 years.
Yes.
So, of course, we want to share so many details, because there's a lot that will be happening throughout the weekend, all a part of Horicon Living History Days. Let's get to know the two of you. So,
Okay.
Lonnie, let's start with you. You are the curator for the Horicon Historical Society.
Yep.
So, share with us how you landed in that position, and what the Horicon Historical Society brings to our lovely community of Horicon, and how this event came to be. It's a big question. There's
It's
like
a big
two
question.
big
There's a couple
questions
parts there. So in 2006, my husband and I moved into Horicon with our two young children, and we were looking for some history on our house, because our house was built before 1870.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
What year was it built?
We don't know. There was a fire in Juneau at the courthouse.
Okay.
And the houses that were existing at that time, all the records burned down at that time.
Boy.
So unless you were lucky enough to have an abstract title, you're pretty much
No
out
luck.
of luck, right? So, but in search for that history, it ended up at the Historical Society, which happens to be 3 houses away from us.
Oh my goodness, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It is. It's a blessing and a curse, really. And so we were there, and it was such a small little community, or little group of people, and they really were struggling to keep the doors open. And so I started to volunteer there.
Okay.
And one thing led to another, and I was appointed curator, and it's just been kind of that way since that moment. So
Oh, my
it was about
goodness.
July of 2006 that I actually became involved in the Historical Society.
Oh, that's wonderful. It
So,
sounds a perfect fit, and
It
just
is,
meant
yep.
to be. I can't believe you were living 3 houses down.
3 houses down. Yes. And, we would look up the hill, and we would see this gorgeous Italianate structure up there, and the schoolhouse, and we always wondered about it. And so finally, when we did happen upon an open house, it was just the end of things for us. We were involved. So, and I had, 2 little kids. My daughter Autumn was 5, I think, at the time.
I was 5.
Oh my goodness.
And my son was 7, so they came with me. We were a homeschooling family, and so we always did things together, and including working at the museum.
That is really cool. Autumn, do you remember your move to Horicon?
A tiny bit, not a whole lot of it, but I do. It's been such a big part of my life that I can't really remember a time where I haven't been at the museum or a part of our town's history.
That's really nice. I need. We're gonna have to hang out after the show. I need to come over
Sure.
to the Satterley
Clark House. I know, it's a mouthful.
It's really cool though. But I've been in Horicon since 2018, and I don't know, and I really don't know much about the history of Horicon. So really
Sure.
looking forward to learning more and inviting people out to Riverbend Park in Horicon this weekend because the park really will be transformed.
It will. Yes, it definitely will.
So let's dive into some of these experiences that people will have a chance to be a part of, because it's not just driving through the park
Right.
and taking a look at a few little setups.
Right.
This really is so very impressive how you transform Riverbend Park, because you have reenactors, you have demonstrators, you are bringing history for life for those folks that are visiting.
Absolutely. That has been our goal ever since we started the event.
13 years ago.
13. Actually, our first event was 2009.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Okay.
But we had a 3-year break due to COVID.
So yeah,
so
you
this-
had a little break that you
little
really
break.
weren't
Set us back a
anticipating.
little bit.
It did set us back a little bit, yeah.
And the event has really grown, because for folks that have, seen the information on Facebook, I've seen posters, throughout both Beaver Dam and Horicon. This has really grown so much since it started back
yeah.
in 2009, where you had 4 living history presentations. And now when folks are looking at the information, it's like, wow, you're going to have close to 45 reenactors there.
Actually, we're a little bit higher than that this year now.
Okay, bring us up to
So
date, Lonnie.
We're probably going to be close to 53.
Oh my
so,
goodness.
it's going to be full, and we had to move to Riverbend Park in 2015, I believe, just because we had outgrown the park that we were at.
It used
Okay.
to be at Disher Park.
Yes, we used to be at Disher Park
Oh,
and the museum
okay.
grounds.
Yeah.
And then we outgrew that, and then we went from just a reenactment, like a Buckskinner's reenactment, to more of a living history timeline event, which means that we include different eras of history rather than just like the fur trade eras. And so we now span from about early 1700s all the way up to Vietnam.
Oh my goodness.
So we will have reenactors from all those different major points of United States history, mostly this year. Except we do have some German portrayals. We were supposed to have a couple other portrayals, but they couldn't make it this year instead. But we want to be very inclusive with history, and that includes history of all kinds, not just the United States. So our goal is to make it a true historical experience when you come to Riverbend Park.
So when folks drive into Riverbend Park in Horicon, what do they need to know? Like, will things be blocked off? Will they be greeted? Do they slowly drive through? What will the
Good
setup
question.
be? Yeah.
Good question. So when you get to Riverbend Park, you'll be instructed to park. We do have DCERT, Dodge County Emergency Response Team there, and they will be directing traffic.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
super helpful.
It is. It's a lifesaver, let me tell you. And then people will be instructed to park, and then they can either walk into the event or can take a wagon ride, a tractor pulled wagon ride.
Oh, I want the
It's
wagon
fun.
ride.
It's fun. Yes, absolutely, it's fun. And then they'll be dropped off down there, and then they can take the event in at their own pace.
Okay. And we're going to talk about some of the things that folks will see, they'll get to experience as they're, walking or
Yep.
getting that nice wagon ride through the event. Our guest here this morning on A Hometown Today, Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter, Autumn Nye. We are talking about Horicon Living History Days, which will be transforming Riverbend Park in Horicon this weekend. It kicks off on Friday, but that's just for the kiddos. That's
Right.
special for school
Yep.
groups that are already pre-registered. They're going to take their sack lunch and they're going to have a good time there at Riverbend Park. And then everything will open up for the public on both Saturday and Sunday. And what a great weekend to do this on Mother's Day weekend. I know that we have family
Yes.
that will be in visiting, and this is going to be great.
Perfect.
Yeah, on Saturday happening from 9 to 5, and on Sunday the 12th from 9 to 3. So when we come back, we're going to find out, what we can look forward to as far as some of these demonstrators and the reenactors that really is so impressive, Lonnie, from the early 1700s up to
Yep.
Vietnam.
Yes.
So we have a lot to talk about here this morning on Hometown Today. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. Right now, behind the scenes here at 100 Bill McCullum Way, Randy Warmka is cutting some new commercials. Those golden tones telling you about what you can expect, what you can save on at Professional Floor Covering during the May Gold Take sale. It is happening for the entire month of May. And if you caught the crosstalk with Randy earlier before we launched into Hometown Today, he was sharing that every carpet at Professional Floor Covering is on sale, and you get a free carpet cushion. You get to make your choice from over 40 rolls of in-stock carpet. Know that Stanton carpet, absolutely gorgeous, high quality. It's available in beautiful designer patterns and styles for you to choose from. We were talking about a renewable resource that I knew nothing about, but they've got it for you at Professional Floor Covering. Wool. You can easily go green with wool. So check out their wool carpet display. It's a natural stain fighter and, yes, a renewable resource. And every Abbey carpet in the store is also on sale for you, and that does include their 60-day quality assurance guarantee, which means it doesn't matter why you don't like it. You loved it in the store, you don't love it when you get it home. They will take it back, no questions asked. The May Gold Take sale happening all month long at Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, and online all the time at PROFLR.com. We will check in with our friend and neighbor, Diana Ogle, this hour. Diana will give us the latest as to what is happening at Park Village Shopping Center, and make sure you have important dates on your calendar for their upcoming spring craft fair happening this weekend here at Park Village Shopping Center. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Are you
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It is a gorgeous, gorgeous start to the week. A lot of sunshine, 62 degrees in Beaver Dam, and it's only going to get better. Sunshine will be hanging with us throughout the day today as we hit a high in the upper 60s to low 70s. And yeah, I know it's Monday. I'm already thinking about this weekend, but we've got a big weekend coming up in Horicon this weekend with the 13th annual Horicon Living History Days. And I'm so happy that our guests are here with us this morning. Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter Autumn Nye, who has been involved with the Horicon Living History Days pretty much since its inception, right,
Yeah.
Autumn?
Yep. Pretty much from the start.
Oh my goodness. And you have a cool demonstration that we'll be talking about here
Yes.
this morning. Friday, as we've mentioned, really is just for school kids that
Right.
are pre-registered, along with those homeschool families. They'll be able to come out and enjoy everything that you have to offer for folks at Riverbend Park in Horicon this weekend. It is something to see.
Yes.
And I can't imagine, Lonnie, how much work happens behind the scenes because, you had shared that now you actually have more than 45 reenactors. You want to make sure that you are being inclusive with the history that you're representing, and you are going to take us from the early 1700s all the way to the Vietnam era.
Yes.
So when folks do get to Riverbend Park this weekend, they should know that there is a modest entry fee because, every dollar adds up. Every dollar
Yeah.
is so important to keep cool events like this happening. And it's so affordable for folks to get in for the days, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. And of course, I'm like looking through my info. Now I can't.
For the
Yeah.
cost.
Oh my goodness. It's only $5 for adults.
It is, yes. And then ages 6 to 11 are $2, and ages 5 and under are free.
Perfect. So set the scene. What is it going to be like when we get to Riverbend Park? We'll be directed where to park. And then from there, we can take that wagon ride if we want to, or
Yep.
we can set off on foot and then take us back in time.
So 2009, we were a very, very, very small society. And we were looking for ways to get people to our museum complex because it's a little gem, and most people in Horicon don't even know it exists. And so I had this idea. I had gone recently to a buckskinner's encampment with my 2 young children and my husband. And we had a friend that was doing a candle maker at the time. And we were just talking, and she's like, why don't you just have a reenactment at the museum? And so that's kind of how it started.
Ooh.
So Connie is her name, and she is still our candle maker.
That's fantastic.
yes.
Candle maker Connie.
Candlemaker Connie, you betcha. So she got a couple of people that she knows together, and we started with a wigwam that was put up by Otis Lubbert of Hustisford, and Connie Meister and Dave Meister of Juneau. They were our candle makers, and then Herb Heck set up a teepee, and I think we had Glenn was there with his canoe, and that's it.
Pretty modest compared to what it's grown into.
You bet. And then our buildings were open, and we had demonstrators in our buildings. So we had a blacksmith, and we had different demonstrations going on throughout the buildings. But other than that, that was where we started, and it was on a whim. I think I set it all up in a month.
Oh my goodness.
And it was pretty quick, and we had very limited budget for anything, and so that's the beginning stages of it, and it's just grown since then.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome on working through those challenges.
Yes.
And, just really staying strong and powering through. And this is wonderful what it has grown into. So really a sincere note of
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You will have more than 45 reenactors this year.
Yep.
As I shared, you're going to take us through the early 1700s, through up to the Vietnam era. And when I take a look here, Lonnie, at all all of the different sights and sounds that folks can expect to see.
Sure.
It is really impressive. And I can't, like, are you guys working right now? Like to start
yes.
to set,
Yeah.
to start to set things up?
We did. We started setting up
on Saturday.
Saturday, yes.
But the actual like planning stuff happens way before, pretty much in like January.
Oh,
Is when we
sure.
start meeting and start discussing different things that we want to add or what worked and what didn't work and kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, it's probably something that is constant, I would think, throughout the year.
Yeah.
It is. It is. As a society, our board of director does talk about it throughout the year. And then we form a committee in December, January, and we have committee meetings dedicated to this specifically. And all of us work really hard at getting ready throughout the winter, spring months. So this was the second year of having a committee. Before that, it was just me and
Committee of one.
yep, and my family. So now we actually do have a supportive committee, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the amount of relief it has brought to me.
Oh, I bet
So-
it makes you feel a whole lot lighter.
Oh, yeah, it does. It totally does.
Do you have different areas of Riverbend Park, Lonnie and Autumn, that work better for certain demonstrations that are in the same areas every year? Do you take us through the different eras, like, one by one as folks, start that descent through Riverbend? How do you even know where to start?
That's
Where
a
do
good
you
question.
start?
Well, so the wagon will drop. If you take the wagon ride, it's going to drop you off at our concessions tent, which
Okay.
is next to the modern bathroom.
Okay.
The way that we have the camp set up now, and this has been years and years of trying to find the right structure,
Okay.
is that at one end of the camp, you would start with wigwams. And right now, they are the earliest in the historical segments.
Okay.
So the wigwams are the very peak of the event, and then as you follow through, if you were to go north to south, you would be going incrementally in different eras, all the way up to the very last era being Vietnam.
Okay.
If you're dropped, that's like if you walk in. If you're dropped off at the concessions tent, you are actually dropped off by our trader row,
Okay.
which is, we call it Market Street. And on Market Street are different traders, vendors from different eras. So that's kind of a conglomeration of eras at that one street.
Okay.
But then if you were to go one way, you're going to go backwards in history, and if you go a different way, you're going to go forward. So it's kind of hard. I wish I'd brought my map, because that would have been a much easier way to describe
Next
it.
time, because
time
we'll
I'll
have you
remember
back
my
to
map.
in 2025.
Yes.
And you have so many different things that people will be able to see. And we're going to dive into some of these details, but the Civil War camp, blacksmithing, Vietnam camps, black powder demonstrations, tomahawk throwing competitions, the battle reenactments, so many different things for people, not just to see it. I mean, you almost feel like you're a part of it when you have these reenactors there and you have things set up that the way you'll have set up at Riverbend Park, which for those people who have never been, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the Riverbend Park is what it takes for an event like Horicon Living
It does.
History Days.
It does.
So we'll dive into some of those details and continue to share with folks and invite them out, of course, to Riverbend Park for Horicon Living History Days happening this weekend. I can't believe it's Mother's Day weekend already.
Neither can
Oh.
we.
Gone by so fast.
This Saturday and Sunday, definitely make your way to Riverbend Park to check out Horicon Living History Days, and really appreciate the two of you being with us to continue the conversation. We have Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, with us this morning, and her daughter Autumn Knight, who has been involved with Horicon Living History Days really since its inception. It sounds like, Autumn. It's fantastic. Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Don't miss out. Check out their area rug gallery. They have a big area rug clearance sale that is happening right now because they bought a lot. When Sandy was telling us about about their trip to the International Furniture Market in High Point, North Carolina. They were there not too long ago. They came back with all kinds of cool things for us to see at McKinstry's Home Furnishings, some of which a lot of brand new area rugs. So they've been busy making room for these new rugs, and that means good things for you. They have more than 70 different area rugs in stock, and they're on sale. And these are huge savings, up to 80% from the brands you know and trust. And it doesn't matter if your decorating style is traditional, maybe it's more contemporary, you want something casual, maybe your husband wants something formal. You'll be able to figure it out. No matter what your decorating style is, they will have an area rug to match and sale prices you will love. So stop in and discover the Area Rug Gallery at McKinstry's Home Furnishings, where customers matter and quality counts, at 131 Front Street in downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today. Amy Hudson here in the Slumberland Furniture Studios. We are also streaming live on Daily Dodge TV at dailydodge.com here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Today here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. I love when we get an extra blast of sunshine, and that is what we get every Monday guaranteed when we check in with our friend and neighbor, Diana Ogle at Park Village Shopping Center. Good morning and happy Monday, Diana.
Well, happy Monday to you, my award-winning radio station.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate your well wishes, your congratulations. It was a big night in Madison Saturday at the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Awards. So thank you for cheering us on. We walked away with...
Absolutely. And see, this is why you're so good. You talk from rugs to tomahawk. Can it get any better? I mean, seriously, we got it all right here in Dodge County, my Lanta.
We really do. And you have it all happening over at Park Village Shopping Center. The two of us enjoyed an amazing lunch last week at Sake House. It really is one of my favorite places to lunch. And it's a big week. You're getting set for a big spring craft fair at Park Village Shopping Center.
We are. We're having a sidewalk sale Saturday. So come to our sidewalk sale in the morning. It's from 10 to 3, and then go throw your tomahawk out at Riverbed. Here's the funny. I was in a cast iron skillet throwing contest one time when I went there.
What?
Oh, yeah. You think you can throw those far? That is not true.
Oh, my gosh. They're so heavy. That was a thing, girls? For real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah.
Oh.
And so, I mean, they had the tomahawk, and it was just, so you just got to go to that. It's a funny event. However, let's talk about my sidewalk sale.
Yes.
So from Cousin Subs down to Sake House on Saturday, food is going to be discounted there. I mean, Sake House has got some stuff they're going to be doing.
Nice.
And Green Acres has got some giveaways. We got some registered to win. The Pickle Lady is going to be there. You can't go wrong with the Pickle Lady. We got jams and jellies. We got a guy doing wood burning. And there will be an appearance by Larry the Pepper selling Beaver Dam pepper plants.
Ooh, excellent. We can plant those peppers.
I'm just saying. So it is going to be all that in a bag of chips. We'll probably have chips too. What the heck? So it's all going to be good on Saturday. The weather's supposed to be perfect. So there's always a lot going on. You know, in the great state of Wisconsin, we got a short winter to cram a lot of cool stuff in. But baby, don't we do it?
Yes, and we do it up right for sure. I'm going to have to really plan accordingly now because I don't want to miss the sidewalk sale at Park Village Shopping Center Saturday from 10 to 3. And I don't want to miss out on Living History Days in Horicon, but that's both Saturday and Sunday. So I think I'm going to be okay, ladies.
I think so. I think you will be fine.
I think everybody's covered, so you can come to the sidewalk sale. We also have a young lady there selling pure romance. She's hilarious. Her last name is Ruckus. She said, let's cause a ruckus in your life. She said, you got your nail lady, you got your eyelash lady. She said, how about something to, And I'm like, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
We got it all right here in Dodge County.
We really do. And you behave yourself. Thank you for checking in. We appreciate it. I shop Park Village Shopping Center. You should too.
Absolutely. Have a great day, ladies. Thanks for doing what you do. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Diana. Diana Ogle with Park Village Shopping Center here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Today
News, weather, and sports was brought to you by Prairie Ridge Health, located at 1515 Park Avenue in Columbus. Call them today at 920-613-2300.
Hey, this is Randy from Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Happy Monday. Welcome back to Hometown Today here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios. We are also streaming live from the Daily Dodge TV studios, so you can certainly check us out online at dailydodge.com. So happy to have our guests with us this morning. Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter, Autumn Nye. We are here talking about Horicon Living History Days, which will literally take over Riverbend Park in Horicon starting this Friday through this Sunday. It is Mother's Day weekend, so while you're out pampering mom and brunching it up and planting flowers, make some time to make your way over to Riverbend Park in Horicon. Please know that Friday is a day just for the kiddos, for students that are already pre-registered to come on out. You're expecting over 500 school kids.
Actually, we're up higher than that now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Lonnie. And that being said, I want you to share the number where you are now and knowing that. Okay, so what's your number where you are now?
We are at about 650.
Okay, that is amazing. Congratulations.
Yes,
Those
thank you.
kids are really in for a good time.
They sure are.
And you also wanted to share that you do still have room for those homeschool families to register. How can they do that?
So any homeschool family that is interested can either reach out to me via email, and I can share that. It is Horicon Living History Days, all lowercase, at yahoo.com.
Okay.
So that is our email address, and then also you can reach out to me through our Horicon Living History Days Facebook page.
Very good.
So pretty accessible that way.
Well, and that's so nice to have kind of like that. And you can't even really call it a preview, but I know I'm going to be, asking all those details for my 11-year-old, when I get home on Friday. But really cool that the kids just have a day so they can go through, all of the different things to see from the early 1700s to Vietnam. I really loved how you served it up, Lonnie, when you talked about making sure that it's inclusive regarding how you're representing history, and you have so many different eras to represent. All of these reenactors that you have, some of which you mentioned have been with you since the beginning. Oh my goodness, so impressive. Saturday and Sunday will be open to the general public. This is so impressive. Last year, you welcomed almost 1,000 people to Riverbend Park for Living History Days
over
in
the
Horicon.
3-day period. Yes,
that is really something for our little city
for
on
a little
the marsh.
Town on the marsh. Yes.
Especially for our first year back since COVID too. That was really something.
Absolutely, Autumn, because the worry must be that people, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, and you worry about missing that engagement with people. And this is such a great opportunity for folks to learn something, enjoy time out with their families, totally family-friendly event, and so many different things that they will have a chance to see. So if I pick one, can you guys kind of bring it to life for me?
We can try.
So you have, let's start with the pioneer settlers.
Okay. That's probably pretty much what we started with was our pioneer settlers. And, you can expect to see what life would have been like during, the 1800s, probably about the 1830s to the 1870s-ish time period. We have different portrayals from encompassing that span of history. We have different cultures that have come in. Like in Wisconsin, it would have been primarily German. A lot of German settlers come in. So we have some German settlers that's a candle maker.
Oh, okay. Candle maker Connie.
Candlemaker Connie, yep. They represent like an 1830s German family.
Okay.
And then we have in that area, we have a rope maker. They'll be demonstrating toys. They'll be demonstrating, fur trapping, things that would have been
A lot of the different
necessary.
trades
Yes.
and skills that you would need on frontier life.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Would blacksmithing fall into that category?
Yes, because I mean, blacksmithing was an absolute necessity. You know, you either did some of it by yourself at home, or you would take things to the blacksmith. So we do have some blacksmiths, and they actually my son, who was supposed to be with us today, he is one of our blacksmiths, and so they will be demonstrating, you know, how to make tent stakes, how to make nails, horseshoes, how important it would have been to be able to make good horseshoes and oxen shoes, that type of thing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, all of those types of demonstrations will be there, and they're very, you know, some of them are hands-on, so you can participate in them. Some of them are basically informative. Like the blacksmiths, you can't necessarily go pound on an anvil, you know, and play with hot fire.
No,
So,
the school kids will not be
definitely
doing that on
not,
Friday, for the
definitely not,
record.
for sure.
And Autumn, I know that you have a demonstration that you bring to life during Horicon Living History Days.
Yep. I've been doing this demonstration for, oh my gosh, years.
Long time.
A long time. But what I do, especially on school day, I don't necessarily have time to do it all the days, but I do a laundry demonstration. So I teach the kids a little bit about the history of laundry and just everything that went into it, because it's a very in-depth process, and people kind of, you don't tend to think about it, but a lot goes into it.
Yeah.
I have a question. What do you use for soap? What did they use to actually, like, as detergent for the clothes?
So I'm a soap maker. That's
Get
my
out,
trade.
Lonnie, you do it all. I love
my
it.
trade. That's
Do you
my
make the
trade.
soap for the Living History Days?
So I don't make soft soap. So Autumn has been researching different types of soap that they would
Okay.
have used. So I make harder soap, and a lot of laundry would have been done, like household cleaning would have been done with softer soap.
Okay.
So I took over. I'm sorry, Autumn.
Do you use a washboard? Like, kind of share a few of those details with us before
If
we
I
have
were
to go to
doing,
break.
So the demonstration that I'm doing currently is 18th century.
Okay.
But if I was doing a later time, I would have used a washboard. But
Okay.
for the 18th century, they didn't have washboards
What
at
do
that
you
time.
What do you use?
So they would have used either a board or a rock. If you're on the stone or on the river, you could use a stone or a rock. Otherwise, you just scrubbed it in. And with a soft soap, it doesn't take as much scrubbing, because if you're doing it on like linens or gentler fabrics, you're going to tear.
Okay.
But yeah, they would use a soft soap, scrub it in, and then put it in their water and wash it up.
I have another question.
Yep.
Because you were talking about like fur trappers, and so as you were sharing, Autumn, about how you would actually wash, whether it's on a board, rocks.
Yep.
What type of material were some of the clothing? What material was used to make the clothing? Like what? Because I think about a rock, I'm like, you're tearing it up. Like what's going on? Is it a fur vest or like a cotton type garment? What is the material that was
Linen
used?
was probably the most used.
Okay.
They did have cotton and wool,
Okay.
but most things are linen.
Okay. How durable is that? Pretty durable?
I actually think linen is very
Yeah.
durable. The finer the quality of linen, obviously you don't want to be beating
Yeah,
it
you
on
don't want to be
rocks.
on rocks.
and you wouldn't wash it that often anyways, so that
Uh-huh.
it holds up, because they didn't do laundry very often.
I can't imagine. What is the youngest group of kids that you'll have out for Living History Days
Well,
on Friday?
homeschool families will come as a whole family.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's fantastic. So you might even have like some,
Little
like
kids.
really
Yep.
littles. I can't. Do their eyes get really big, Autumn, when they're like, "What is she doing? This crazy lady, like washing things with rocks."
Yes, it's always challenging in a good way when you have younger kids, because you have to kind of break it down and simplify it even more for them. So it kind of provides an interesting way to look at things when you're trying to teach younger children about it. And their eyes are just always like, oh my God.
sometimes I expect to go through Horicon and see kids slapping laundry on rocks.
Yeah, all the kayaks will still be in the racks, but they're out there washing clothes with rocks. We're visiting this morning with Lonnie J. Moyle, curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter, Autumn Nye. The 13th annual Horicon Living History Days will be taking over Riverbend Park in Horicon this weekend. Friday is just a day for the kiddos. There is still room for homeschool families families to get registered. So we'll definitely share that information again for folks. And then this Saturday and Sunday, Mother's Day weekend, will be open to the public. So certainly plan accordingly and come out and really have a wonderful experience with your family and your friends at Horicon Living History Days. We have a lot more to talk about because a lot more is happening. And we can't forget to talk about that pie, pie baking contest.
Who doesn't like pie, right?
It's my favorite. Those details coming up for you as we continue our conversation here this morning on Hometown Today, which is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. And part of that professional floor covering family is Pro Edge Sharpening Services. So you need to get those mower blades ready to go for mowing season. You want to make sure your chainsaw's ready to go, your favorite trimmer, those garden tools, the big stuff, the small stuff, commercial. I think I just made up a word there. Commercial, Shamil Shamazel, commercial and personal tools, anything with an edge, they will sharpen for you at Pro Edge Sharpening Services. And because they are a division of Professional Floor Covering, you'll find them right at the same address, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. You just go through a different door, Suite D, and online at proedge.com. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
waking up your neighborhood with what's happening. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Happy Monday, and welcome back to Hometown Today here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. A lot of gorgeous sunshine, 64 degrees already in Beaver Dam. We're making our way to a high in the upper 60s, low 70s. It is going to be a gorgeous day, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we have gorgeous days this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when Horicon Living History Days takes over Riverbend Park in Horicon. And really thankful to have our guests with us here this morning. Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter Autumn Nye, both a part of the Horicon Living History Days, this year being the 13th annual Horicon Living History Days at Riverbend Park. And it's grown so much over the years. You will be taking people from the early 1700s to the Vietnam era. When we were in break, Lonnie, you were sharing that there are so many things that come into that part of making sure that you are representing things as a whole, and we'll share some of those details. I'll explain to folks in a little bit, why you had mentioned that. Sure. Friday is really for the kids. You are going to be welcoming over. Did you say over 700 now?
Well, we're pushing it. We're pushing about 700.
Oh, that is fantastic. So those pre-registered students, and you still have room for homeschool families to register. So please share how they can do that.
So they can, homeschool families can contact us via email at Horicon Living History Days, all lowercase, at yahoo.com. Or you can reach out to me through our Facebook page, which is Horicon Living History Days. And either way is fine. And we, the event is kind of go at your own pace. So once students and families are in the park on the school day, it's, you take it in at your own pace, and the kids can determine what they're picking up. If they don't like a certain demonstration or they're not, understanding it, then just move on.
But there's so much to see.
There's so much to see, right? And everything on the school day is specifically geared towards hands-on learning. So there's a lot of interactive things, a lot of interactive displays, demonstrations like the laundry demonstration. All of those are geared specifically for learners, which is why our school day is special compared to the whole event is special, but the school day is a completely different animal, so to speak, than the rest of the event.
That's wonderful. I love that you open it up just for the students on that first day. And you have a Civil War battalion this year.
Right.
What will that bring to Horicon Living History Days? That sounds like a really big deal, Lonnie.
It is. It is a very big deal. To be clear, they won't be here for the school day, though. Okay. So, but for the rest of the weekend.
For us grown-ups.
For the grown-ups. It's going to be noisy.
Okay.
So just to be
prepared.
Does
that mean cannons?
Cannon fire. Yeah, there'll be cannon fire.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
And black powder, we are allowed to shoot like black powder guns without charges in them. So we just get the poof and the smoke. So you're going to smell, the smell of gunpowder, cannons. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be kind of like fireworks.
Oh my goodness.
So it's very exciting. We've been wanting cannons.
Cannon fire is definitely
it's a must.
It's a must see and feel sound.
Oh, good thing you said that, because it is something that you feel. And what is really neat about it is, we can learn about all these conflicts throughout history, but we don't ever get to experience what it actually might have been like.
Right.
And so to have demonstrations and presentations like this, it allows us to get a sense of a more rounded appreciation for what our forefathers went through to get us to the point that we're in now.
Yeah.
So I think cannon fire is one of those things. I mean, we in the United States are very fortunate. We don't ever experience anything like that. So it's kind of sobering to watch these things happen, but at the same time, you get that big boom and that puff of smoke and, the smell, and it's also kind of exhilarating.
Oh, so. I bet. Absolutely. I want to feel that, that power, from the cannons.
Yep.
And when you were talking about the black powder smell, one of you had mentioned that there will also be demonstrations just of that, the black powder demonstrations.
Yes. So, as history progressed, their tools, which were guns, because they had to have them in order to survive, those progressed as well. So you can see, from the earliest black powder to, more percussion-related instruments like the Civil War, and then on up into the modern theaters of war, where they had much more sophisticated guns. So all of those will be on display. And I can tell you, for the most part, most reenactors are going to want to show off their tools, their guns. So
We want them to.
yeah. So if you go up and you ask somebody can I look at your gun? Can you explain it to me? They're going to be more than happy to do that.
They're going to geek out over it.
They're totally going to geek out.
That's what we want. You have to bring the enthusiasm.
Yes. In fact, all of our demonstrators will geek out over their area of expertise. So.
That's good. That's part of what makes them an expert.
Yep.
And what makes Horicon Living History Days so much fun.
Absolutely.
Horicon Living History Days will be taking over Riverbend Park in Horicon this weekend, Mother's Day weekend. Friday is just for the kiddos, but this Saturday and Sunday, everything is open to the public. On Saturday the 11th from 9 to 5, on Sunday the 12th from 9 to 3. Modest entry fee for you to get in and enjoy. $5 for grown-ups, like 12 and up.
12 and up, yep.
And $2 for those 6
to 11.
Excellent. So a fun, affordable day for the family. Go out both days. It sounds like there's going to be enough to see and do.
Yes.
Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. Now, it's really going to seem like I'm focused on the weekend between, already wanting to jumpstart with Horicon Living History Days. And this Friday, we are kicking off Brat Fry season at Ballweg Implement in Beaver Dam. So from 11 to 1, you can join us at Ballweg Implement in Beaver Dam. Have that tasty Pernat brat and a beverage for only $2. But there's always more. There's always more than that happening at Ballweg Implement in Beaver Dam and Waupun. That's why we're always thankful when our friend Tom Ballweg checks in with us. Good morning and happy Monday, Tom.
Hey, good morning, Amy. It's a beautiful day out there today.
Oh, my
Sun is
goodness.
shining.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Will you have a chance to get out and enjoy it?
Well, the corn is going in the ground and people are mowing grass, and that gives me a good feeling inside.
Yeah, absolutely. You help folks with so much at Ballweg Implement. Tom, what are some of the things that you have happening that you want to make sure people know about?
Well, first of all, we want to make sure people know, especially our farm customers out there, that our parts department is open 7 days a week for the spring season.
Okay.
We're open until 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturdays, we're open until 3. Let me repeat that. We are open until 3 p.m. on Saturday. We had numerous calls about people upset that other places aren't open. Apparently, we're the only one within about 100 or 150 miles that was open on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, geez.
And we are open on Sunday morning from 11 to 1.
Okay.
And we had an incredible number of people Sunday who had to get parts to get going. So, and interestingly, we had a customer call on Saturday who thanked us for having real human beings answering the phone, so you didn't have to figure out how you push this button to go here and push that button to go there and push that. We actually just answer the phone to solve your problems. It's a concept of a call center with human beings that are in it. So open those hours. The Beaver Dam store is open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays till 3 also. But the Waupun store right now, we're focusing on parts for our customers. We got drop boxes. If you want to order the parts and have them drop near you, we got drop boxes. Go to our website, take a look at it. You're going to see where those drop boxes are. We have NPNI, no payment, no interest, till November 15th of 2024 on larger orders of parts. So if you have something that goes down major, or if you want to rehab something during the season, we can stall those payments and the interest all the way until November 15th of 2024. And the most important thing, Amy, is we have smart parts people.
Yes.
They actually know what to find, what to look for, and they can identify it. And, we send pictures back and forth so that people make sure they get the right thing. but all of that stuff. What do you think of that?
I think it's amazing, and I love how you are always willing, to step it up. You heard someone wasn't, happy about, geez, on Sunday, I really need your parts department there, Tom. Well, you go ahead and you change things around to accommodate people. I think your customer service at Ballweg Implement is the best. And when you talk about, smart parts people, and you talk about having real people to answer the phone, those are big things, Tom. And I really love how you take such good care of your customers at Ballweg Implement. That's what I think of that.
We do. And, if you're mowing grass out there, we have lawnmowers, new ones, starting the S100, starting at about $2,400. And, what's really nice is the X300 series, because that's a very appropriate size for most people. And we also have 2 with power steering in there. And believe me, I had a lady in on, I think that was Saturday morning, and I asked her what she uses to mow her lawn right now, and she told me a man.
Oh, my goodness.
And I said, oh. And I said, I take it isn't working well. She says, I'm here to buy a new lawnmower.
You get the inside story from everyone, Tom Ballweg. That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that.
You bet. It was kind of funny when she said it, and I knew it wasn't working as well as she wanted it to. So we can have fun at Ballweg Implement. You can have fun coming here to look for the equipment. We have a big yard at both Beaver Dam and Waupun, so you can take the units out and you can demonstrate them. You can drive them around. We'll show you how to do it so that you don't go home and make yourself look bad. Yeah. We can show you how to do that, and and we do it because we've done it over and over and over. And no matter how bad you do it, you're probably not going to be the worst we've seen. So you don't have to have a fear of that if you're not used to. And if you are a lady who now wants to do your own mowing, we will be glad to show you how everything works and what you need to do with them, whether it's on a compact tractor. I've seen that where we show ladies how to take the loaders on and off very easily, and they're sure they can't do it, and then after they do it in about 5 minutes, they are stunned, and it's just a matter of having the confidence to do those things. So you can have fun with that equipment all summer long, actually all year round, because you can use it in the winter for moving snow. Just lots of things that you can do. So if you're looking for stuff to make grass short, or if you're looking to work up 1,000 acres, we've got it at Ballweg Implement, both at the Waupun and Beaver Dam store. Just come on over, talk to us, and we can show you how we can make it happen.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Tom, for making so many things happen at Ballweg Implement, and we are looking forward to seeing you this Friday in Beaver Dam as we kick off brat fry season with you and your team from 11 to 1.
You bet. That sounds good. And, I'm bashful, so make sure when I'm down there that they tell them, to treat me nicely.
So bashful. Thanks so much, Tom. You make it a great day.
All right. We'll see you guys. Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye. Tom Ballweg with Ballweg Implement, Beaver Dam, and Waupun here with us this morning on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. fantastic way to kick off the week. It is gorgeous outside, and it will continue to be gorgeous with a lot of sunshine today. Really nice high in the upper 60s, low 70s. We are currently at 65 here in Beaver Dam. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios. We are also streaming live on Daily Dodge TV at dailydodge.com. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. We are taking you back in time today on Hometown Today as we focus on Horicon Living History Days, which will be happening this weekend. Yeah, it's Mother's Day weekend. What a cool thing for you to do with your family at Riverbend Park in Horicon. Friday is just for the kiddos. You have, again, remind me, Lonnie, how many students?
Well, we're definitely over we're about right around 650.
And I know you're ready for it. You are so cool, calm, and collected.
Oh, yeah.
Because my daughter is one of those
That's exciting.
school. It is.
Sure.
She's really looking forward to it. It's a big deal when the kids get, to have a field trip, and especially when they have a chance to check out something cool in the
Right.
town that they live in. So she's part of, those pre-registered school groups. Really want to make sure that folks know that homeschool families can still register for this because you welcome the homeschool families in addition to the public school
and
kids.
private, yeah.
From the area, but you still have some room. So
do,
how can they
for-
get signed up?
So if anyone's interested, you can sign up by contacting us via email at Horicon Living History Days, all lowercase, at yahoo.com, as well as reaching out to us through our Facebook page, which is also Horicon Living History Days. Although if you reached out to the Horicon Historical Society, we would get that too. So either way, there's lots of ways to get a hold of us.
It works.
It does.
And Riverbend Park is we have a lot of beautiful parks in Horicon.
yeah, we
we're
do.
so blessed.
But Riverbend is just a lovely park. You are right there on the water. It is absolutely
serene.
it's huge. So this is the type of location it takes to have an event like Horicon Living History Days.
Yeah.
And in addition to making sure people know when they drive in, there will be an attendant there. You had shared that you've partnered with
DCERT.
Yeah, to help folks know, where it's okay to park if they, don't want to take the wagon ride when they
Right.
get to Riverbend Park. But something new in our little city on the marsh is our dog park, which is also at Riverbend Park. So
It
what do
is.
folks need to know about this? So many details, Lonnie,
many
but they're
details.
all important.
They are. So for those who are wanting to use a dog park, and also I should also mention the boat landing.
Oh my goodness,
As well,
yeah,
'cause
because
it's the only boat landing below the dam.
yeah,
from what I
it's a
understand.
popular spot
It
for
is.
sure.
It
People love
is.
to come fish out there too.
Absolutely. So if that's what you're doing, if you're coming to the park to just fish or to let your dog use a dog park, or maybe you're going to put your boat in, if DCERT will direct you to the areas where you can park and to access those particular features. The only thing that we ask is that when you bring your dog in this weekend, to consider the fact that there is going to be a lot of gunfire, percussion sounds, cannon fire, and some animals may not do well under those
Yeah.
circumstances.
Most animals.
Right.
I forgot all about that.
Yes.
Because kind of like fireworks.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing as fireworks. Just consider that. If your dog's afraid of fireworks, it's probably not the best time to be bringing your dog to the dog park
Oh my
this
gosh,
weekend.
no.
So if you do come down and you do decide that you want to, go fishing for a while, and then you see that the event looks pretty interesting, we just ask that you come over to the concessions tent and, do pay the admission, and feel free to take in the event. It's definitely worth your time. It's a lot of fun. Something unique to do.
Oh my goodness,
So-
such a unique thing
Yep.
to do. Over 45 reenactors
Yes.
and demonstrators. You have so many different. Is displays the right word?
Well, we do have
Exhibits?
some displays.
Okay.
Yeah. We also have a lot of demonstrations. Would be probably the better
That's
term.
really like what it seems to be at the heart of the Horicon Living History Days.
Yep.
So you really can have people get the feels.
We
You're
want
gonna
you to
send
be
them right back there.
immersed in history.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all the way from the early 1700s to the Vietnam,
Vietnam.
era. You're super excited, as you should be. We were talking about the Civil War Battalion, which is
Yes,
something
very excited about that.
new this year, and campfires. So I'd seen something about fire starting, and I was
Yes.
like, does this mean what I think it means? And then you told me that there's a whole new contest involved with this.
Yep.
It actually it started last year. We were it was slow on Sunday, and so some of our younger demonstrators were trying to do flint and steel competition just in their own family group. And it looked like so much fun, so we decided to include that this year in the event list. And so we're hoping that we get some good participants. I've seen some pretty miraculous fires started with flint and steel. With very little effort, and it's fascinating to watch.
Yep. And we have two categories for the fire starting. We have adult division and a youth division.
Okay.
So that it kind of gives something for the adults to do as well as the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm hoping that the rhubarb pies they have to be baked, or will they be baked by a fire that started at the park?
Good question. So
there is a pie contest.
There is a pie contest, yes.
A rhubarb pie contest.
So,
and I was just talking with the garden doctor last Wednesday. He joins us every Wednesday here on Hometown Today. And we were talking about rhubarb. And that is such a great thing this time of year. So the rhubarb pie baking contest, what do we need to know about this?
There are also two categories for that.
Okay.
There is a category where you just bring in your pie already baked. So anybody can do it. Any public is welcome to do it. We do have registration forms up on our Facebook page for that. And then we have a category for the participants of the event that have to do it over their campfires.
Oh my goodness! So even though I was kind of joking,
it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
And with the rhubarb pie, you can add whatever you want in the pie, as long pair it with other different fruits and things like that. As long as it has rhubarb in it, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. And how do folks enter if they want to be a part of this?
They once again just reach out to us either via email at Horicon Living History Days at yahoo.com, or they can do that via our Facebook page. And I do have registration forms up on our Facebook page.
Do you have a favorite kind of pie? Is rhubarb pie your favorite?
Well, I love rhubarb pie.
I love rhubarb pie too.
But I mean, so far we've had apple pie, we've had blueberry pie contests. So this is the first time we've done rhubarb. But rhubarb is so prolific this time of the year that it makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of what you bake in
springtime. This time of the year, expect to have rhubarb something.
We're talking about Horicon Living History Days this morning here on Hometown Today, and really thankful that our guests are with us. Thank you again. We have Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter Autumn Nye, who has been involved with Horicon Living History Days since Horicon Living History Days started. And this is taking over Riverbend Park this weekend, Mother's Day weekend, Friday, as we've been sharing, really is for the kiddos, for those public, private, and homeschool families to come on out and just immerse themselves, amongst their peers during that day. And then the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, things will open up to the public on Saturday from 9 to 5 and on Sunday the 12th, 9 to 3. And, when I was talking about hey, bring mom out, bring the family out. I mean, what a fun thing to do. You also have something special for moms on Mother's Day. This is nice. What's happening special for moms?
So the first 24 moms that come with their families, including that can be grandchildren or children, they have to be accompanied by their families, will get a gift basket that is given by the Horicon Historical Society, as well as several of our demonstrators also contribute to the gifts that are in the baskets.
That's really nice. That's super thoughtful. And happy early Mother's Day
thank
to
you. You as well.
Thank you. There's always so much happening.
There is.
So when we, have been talking about the Horicon Historical Society and your journey there, Lonnie, how do you guys keep the door open? Because anything that is, nonprofit related, that can be challenging. And one of the things that I came across in the materials that you had sent prior to us sitting in the air together was the Horicon Living History Day sponsorship. I'm wondering if you could talk about how people can get involved to be a sponsor and how they can get involved to support the Horicon Historical Society.
Sure. There are many different ways that you can support small organizations like ours. But right now, the most important thing is monetary, because as we said, it's very difficult to keep our doors open. And COVID really hit us hard.
Yeah.
So our events are are the thing that are keeping us going, basically. And without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to have these events. And so in March, we send out sponsorship letters in a sponsorship drive. And, you can easily, if you're interested in becoming a sponsor and helping us out, you can contact us by any means. You can, email us or contact us via Facebook. Otherwise, respond to our sponsorship letter. We'll be glad to mail you out one.
Yeah.
So that you can see kind of what we do, what the events that we bring to the public. We have 4 major events throughout the year, and that's what we focus on. And we couldn't do it without the help of our sponsors.
Oh, absolutely. And it's constant.
Constant. Yes.
This definitely, Horicon Living History Days, definitely one of your signature events.
It is.
What are the 3 others? You mentioned that you have 4.
So we have in August, we have a classic car cruising ice cream social.
Oh, how fun.
It is. And this year, it is our 50th anniversary of being a historical society. So it's a bigger deal this year.
Absolutely. I just got goosebumps, and not just because it's cold down here. It's actually not cold
It's
today
not cold.
in the Daily Dodge TV studios. That's wonderful.
It is. It's very exciting. And then our next event that we really focus on is something called Horicon Haunted History Tours.
Oh, I have heard. I've never participated. We've got to have you guys back
That'll be
so
a
you can
whole
talk
other
about
segment.
that.
Yes.
Haunted history
Oh,
tours.
they're
Cool.
fantastic. Yes, we really enjoy it. And then our Christmas open house, which is a 2-weekend event in December. Get everybody in the mood for Christmas and learn about what it was like in the Victorian time period at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And then we're working on adding a couple more. We're always looking into adding more events, but these 4 are the ones we concentrate on the most at this time.
Well, it's an awful lot.
It
Thank you
is.
again for being here and for everything that you do for
Thank
City on
you.
the Marsh. We're talking with Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator for Horicon the Historical Society. I don't know why I pointed my index finger,
That's
but I did
okay.
that. You could see that. I was trying to make sure I got it right. Very deliberate. You can see that at Daily Dodge TV. And your daughter, Autumn Nye, who has been involved with the annual Horicon Living History Days since it started.
Yep.
This is the 13th annual Horicon Living History Days. Wow, you've done good. You've made it through. You've done good. You have grown the event into really an amazing 3-day event. 2 out of those 3 days open to the public, just for students on this Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday open to the public on Saturday from 9 to 5 and on Sunday 9 to 3. Riverbend Park in Horicon really will be transformed with
It's gonna be a
all
busy
of these.
place.
It's going to be a busy place. All of these great reenactments, the demonstrators that you have. And we've talked about some of the new things that you have in the mix this year, like the Civil War Battalion, like the fire starting contest. What are some of those other things, if there are any other things that are new this year, and if not anything else that's new? Because really, when you just add a couple new things in, that's plenty. As you have an event going on.
Yeah.
Any other new things that you want to mention, or things that are your favorite part of the Horicon Living History Days?
I think one of our newer ones, we did it last year, but our newer competition is our frying pan toss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So when Diana Ogle, who rang us up at Park Village Shopping Center, and she said she wasn't joking. What is this about? Those are heavy. I just used a cast iron skillet last night making dinner. Those are heavy. What? Give us the details, Autumn.
So it's pretty much all in the name. But it's a competition to kind of test your strength and see how far you can throw a cast iron skillet, frying pan, thing like that. And the person who can throw it the furthest wins.
How do you throw it? Do you fling it like a frisbee? Do you throw it overhand? Like what is the art of the cast iron
We've had all
throw?
sorts of
Had all sorts.
Like a bowling ball,
Yes.
just like between your legs, and like
we
thrust it
had
that
that
way?
too. Yep. So my son is the target. He's out in the middle of the field dancing around trying to get.
Because
people
there's
to
no
hit him.
way he's ever going to get hit by
right,
one.
exactly. And so everybody just lines up and they take 2 shots at it, and whatever way they want to throw it, and wherever it goes, we're in a big field, so it's completely safe. It's just sometimes they go the way that you're not expecting them to go. Though,
Really?
so-
We actually
yeah.
broke the pan last year.
Yeah.
How big is the pan? Is it a standard
It's like
9-inch?
12, I think it was like a
Ooh.
12-inch skillet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was my husband's favorite, so he wasn't very happy that I
Oh
grabbed that
my
one.
goodness! Yeah, my husband would not be happy with
No.
me either. Mm-mm. Yeah, those
So,
are heavy.
They're heavy, and they take a lot to get seasoned just right. And so he had
They
just went to
do.
perfection, so he wasn't too happy. But we have actually two size skillets now: one for the kids, which is a smaller one, and then one for the adults. So
That is so funny. Like, I'm so glad that Diana mentioned that. I'm glad
Me
that you
too.
also
Forgot
mentioned
about
it,
that.
Autumn. You'll also have the tomahawk throwing competitions.
Yes.
What is this about?
So that one we've had that for a couple of years now, and we also have a youth and adult division with that, and it's the same thing. We have moderators there that will line you up and get you in the right spot, and then it's all about skill, and it's a lot harder to throw a tomahawk than you think to actually hit the target.
I can't imagine.
It's a lot of work, and there are some very, very skilled people out there, including kids.
Well, it's become such a
a
fun
sport,
here
absolutely.
over the past couple of years. I've never thrown one. I don't ever want to assume, but have each of you thrown a tomahawk?
I have. I'm not very good at it.
That was my next question.
No, right.
Lonnie, how about you,
Yeah.
Autumn?
I think I did okay. I mean, I don't throw them often, but I managed to stick it. So
Are you better with the tomahawk or with the cast iron skillet?
Well, she was aiming at her brother, so I mean, she's definitely gonna be better with
the right incentive.
Oh, it's really wonderful that as you've grown Horicon Living History Days, Lonnie, that you've been able to have your family be so much a
I
part
couldn't
of
do
it.
it without
It's really
him.
nice.
Couldn't do it without him. And the kids have kept me going all these years. Every year, it's always like, do we want to keep doing this? Because it is very labor intensive, and it's always my 3 kids that keep me moving through it. So if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be doing it anymore. So.
Well, thanks to you, Autumn, and your brother. And what is his name? He couldn't be with
Lon.
us. Lon.
And my youngest is Isabella. She's at home listening, I hope.
Oh, that's wonderful. Horicon Living History Days happening at Riverbend Park in Horicon this weekend, Mother's Day weekend. Open to the public on Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5 on Saturday, and on Sunday, Mother's Day, 9 to 3. Modest admission fee for folks that want to come out and enjoy just really an amazing afternoon. You could spend the whole day at Riverbend
could.
Park. I
You
mean,
could.
easily. And you mentioned concessions.
Yep. So we do have like snacks. We also have somewhat new this year, is a food vendor actually, Smoke on Cue. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're from Horicon and they barbecue.
Nice.
Our whole neighborhood, when he's doing his barbecue, smells just heavenly.
Oh, I'm walking
So,
over.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, if anybody has been by the pool in Horicon and they
Yeah.
smell that is actually Smoke on Cue. He's
Okay,
right in
good
that
to
area.
know.
So he will be there vending food for the entire weekend, and except for Friday, I should mention that. But so that's kind of new. So there will be food to eat. There'll be
Nice.
drinks. There's gifts. We have a gift shop in the concessions tent, as well as traders throughout the event that will be selling wares and different
cool.
period appropriate things.
Very nice. Admission is only $5 for
Yep.
12 and up, $2 for those kids 6 to 11, 5 and under are free. And we actually have more to talk about because we have not gotten to everything
I
yet.
know, I know.
There's so many great things that will be a
It's
part.
very in depth.
Yeah, it's really going to be a wonderful weekend. Horicon Living History Days happening this weekend at Riverbend Park in Horicon this Saturday from 9 to 5 and on Sunday from 9 to 3. Friday is just a day for our area school kids, and there is still time for homeschool families to get registered to be a part of that school day on Friday. Amy Hudson here in the Daily Dodge TV studios with our guests here today, Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter Autumn Nye, talking about the upcoming 13th annual Horicon Living History Days. We are going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with more Hometown Today here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It's a fish.
Hey neighbor, this is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Gorgeous start to the week, a lot of sunshine. We are already at 66 degrees. Working our way to a high in the upper 60s, low 70s here in Beaver Dam and throughout Dodge County. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Hometown Today. I'm Amy Hudson in the Slumberland Furniture Studios. We are also streaming live in the Daily Dodge TV studios. And see, the moment I think about the camera, that's like when I get all like, Daily Dodge TV studios. You can check us out there at dailydodge.com. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. It was great to have Randy Warmka, the owner of Professional Floor Covering, in the studio with us for a few minutes earlier today. The May Gold Take Sale is happening all month at Professional Floor Covering, and this means big savings for you because every carpet at Professional Floor Covering is on sale. Randy will even get you a free carpet cushion, a good one. And that's the thing right there, the good stuff. No cheap stuff at Professional Floor Covering. No matter what they do, it is high quality from brands that you know and trust. And I always think about that, especially when it comes to their LVP, their luxury vinyl plank. Of course, that is on sale for you during the May Gold Take Sale. This is the good stuff and a mix of all brands in stock like Cortec, Trends, Cardine, Southwind, Adora. They've got the 20 mil wear layer, which is great for pet and kids. And I had no idea until Randy schooled me a few weeks ago. I'm like, what's a mil wear layer? It's important. And then he showed me like the different types of those mil wear layers. And the 20 mil is definitely what you want and what you need. You're also going to find countertops on sale. If you want to, upgrade your kitchen easily, now's the time to do that. Quartz, granite, laminate, cultured marble, an amazing selection of stocking colors too for you to choose from, again, from those top brands that you know and trust. And you'll even get a free undermount sink with your kitchen countertop purchase. You can't beat that, and you'll be so happy because you can redo your kitchen for less than you think. Randy and the team happy to help you out with that free cabinet design. And quote, Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. Don't miss the May Gold Take Sale. Go check out the gorgeous showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, and of course online at proflr.com. This weekend, Horicon Living History Days will be taking over Riverbend Park in Horicon. This is going to be so much fun for folks to check out, to get the families out, go celebrate mom. This Saturday from 9 to 5, this Sunday 9 to 3, and yes, you will be going back in time from the early 1700s to the Vietnam era, and really thankful to have our guests here with us this morning on Hometown Today. Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter Autumn Nye, who has been involved with Horicon Living History Days since it started. This is the 13th annual Horicon Living History Days. Congratulations to each of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is really a passion, and you've grown the event so much. You really should be proud of your efforts. Congratulations to you and the board, and also to all the volunteers. It's not easy to put on a small event, and you have really grown this. This is amazing. For folks that are just tuning in, you really will be going back to experience different periods throughout history, from the early 1700s up to Vietnam. You have some great things that are new in the mix for this year. Over 45 reenactors and demonstrators that will literally be bringing history to life for all the folks that are coming out to Riverbend Park.
Right. Yeah, it should be a very educational but fun educational weekend.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite parts of Horicon Living History Days that you're like, oh, you guys can't miss this. You really must see this.
Man.
Oh boy.
Because there is so
the
much.
entire event.
So take your
It's
time.
like choosing a favorite child.
You
I mean,
can't.
I can't.
That was
can't.
a silly
That's
question.
true. No, but I get it. I mean, for me, I think watching everybody do what they're so good at doing and forgetting that you're kind of in a modern era. You can just let yourself be absorbed by the smells and the sounds and watching people cook on their fires, gathering firewood. It's like the little things that you take for granted in our modern life.
Yeah.
Is for me, I think, my favorite part.
And really seeing how the reenactors are so passionate about what they're doing and how they really love to educate people and shed light on maybe aspects of history that don't get taught or don't get spoken about enough is one of my favorite parts.
Yes. And I am a tactile person, so like the living history aspect is so much better for me than just reading about it in the books and reading the dates and the places and the names. I have to see and touch it and feel it in order to really appreciate it. And it wasn't until I started going to places that teach living history that I actually really became interested in history, which is shocking considering what I do. but that's just it. Like I am more about local history and, you know, what came before than the dates and the names. And that's where I think events like this excel at teaching. And I think it will encourage other people like me. I know I'm not the only person out here like that, but, you know, maybe kids, like they see something that they're really fascinated with at the event, and it might encourage them to go look up something else.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole goal of the event.
Absolutely.
Yeah. To really open the doorway for especially the younger generation to want to learn, to want to step out of maybe a comfort zone and discover a whole new world of what was in the past.
Yeah, and this is such a great way to do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you had shared off mic, Lonnie, that you are also a reenactor. So
Yep.
what do you bring to life?
So when my family and I go out, we do a 1760s like German immigrant family. We
Okay.
portray that. And I am a soap maker by trade, and so I will talk about, you know, what soap making was in the 1700s and the necessity of it. That, you know, and because it was just at that point people were starting to realize that, hey, we wash our hands, we don't get sick. You know, before that they didn't realize that. So I've always found that very fascinating. But the rest of my family demonstrates blacksmithing. So my son will demonstrate blacksmithing. My one daughter will demonstrate herbs and, you know, a little bit of kitchen gardening. Autumn demonstrates
Painting and paint making. So I'm an artist, and I like to talk about making your own paint and the processes that they would have used and things that they would have gained pigments from.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So we also do different eras. Like at the museum, we concentrate on the Victorian periods of time a little bit more. But when we go out into the field, we typically stick to about 1760s. So we'll have our tent set up as well. Not sure what we'll be doing our normal demonstrations, but at least our camp is there.
We're talking this morning with Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, and her daughter, Autumn Nye, getting ready for the upcoming 13th annual Horicon Living History Days. It is going to be a fun educational experience, a lot of things for people to see and do. And I love that you continue to bring new things to the event, Lonnie. Like we were talking about the fire starting contest. So there'll be one for, you know, smaller kid like youth.
Yep.
And then grown-ups, the tomahawk throwing competitions. New this year, the Civil War Battalion. That is so exciting. You'll have the Civil War camp that will be set up for people to experience. What other things are you looking forward to? Oh, animals. I asked a question
yes.
and then I just interrupted before you
No
had a chance
worries.
to answer.
That's funny
But
you
we
should
haven't
mention
talked
that,
about
too.
the animals yet because some of them will be an integral part of
Right.
what people are seeing.
So we actually do have a horse coming. This will be the second year for a horse. One of our Civil War demonstrators who has been with us for quite a few years now. He is bringing his horse Max, and that was always a really fun demonstration to watch. We have a group of Western fur trade reenactors that are bringing ferrets because ferrets are very similar to the animals that they would be trapping out west. Of course, there are always the dogs. The dogs are going to be there. We don't allow dogs on school day for our reenactors, as there's just way too many kids.
Sure.
But for the rest of the weekend, the dogs will be there, and they a lot of the reenactors explain how dogs were very, very integral in survival in the time periods that they represent. Am I missing any other animals right now?
I think that's good.
We're always looking at adding more. We've learned very quickly that if an event stays consistent and doesn't grow, that it's very quick to die, so we are always looking at adding more things. So next year could be a whole different story.
You never know.
You never know.
You'll probably start the planning for next year after,
right afterwards,
like Monday morning.
as we're packing up.
We come today. Well, and when you mention dogs, we should share the information again about the dog park. For folks that aren't familiar with Riverbend Park, it is one of our biggest and one of our most beautiful parks in Horicon. And the newest thing there, I really do think, is the dog park.
Right. The Lions Club put in a dog park this year in March, and it's thrown us a little bit for a loop, because it was right where our parking area was. It's very needed in Horicon, and we're excited to have it.
Yes.
But as people start to become more used to using the dog park, we do ask that you consider that the event is going to be very noisy, and there's going to be a lot of percussion sounding noises. And if your dog gets scared easily from that, I would suggest maybe avoiding going to Mayville instead.
Yeah.
Just for the weekend.
That's a good suggestion.
I mean, we have a lot of small communities that all have their own little dog parks, and so why not, try something new just for the weekend. If you still want to use the dog park, though, DCERT will let you in, and you will be instructed where to park. And then after using the dog park, if you want to take in the event, we just ask that you check in at the concessions tent and pay the admission fee.
Okay, that's easily done.
Yep.
Boat landing. Do you want to share the information again
Yes,
about the boat landing?
because it is
busy
the Bird
too.
Festival weekend as well in Horicon.
What? I did not realize
Yes,
that. Oh my
yes.
gosh, our calendars are so full.
Horicon is the place to be at this weekend.
It
yes.
is.
So the Bird Festival, of course, is going on in Horicon this weekend, and because of that, the boat launch we expect it to be pretty busy. And
Sure.
so boats will once again be instructed by DCERT to come in very slowly, because there is a lot of people running around down there. They will be instructed where to park, and go ahead, use the boat launch, park it where you're instructed to park. And once again, if you want to look at the event, please check in first.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Also, the disc golf course, we should mention as
Yeah.
well, because that's at Horicon. We would like to let everybody know that the disc golf course will be closed starting on Wednesday.
okay, that's important. Oh, starting on Wednesday. Okay.
It's becoming more difficult to get to the baskets because of all the tents coming in, but
Yeah.
Wednesday is like our biggest tent day. So
Well, and I asked off mic, do any of the reenactors stay in their camps? And what did you tell me, ladies?
absolutely,
Yeah, almost all of them.
yes, yep. We all
That
do.
is the real deal.
It is. Yes, we're all pretty hardcore.
So does that mean if anybody needs anything washed, Autumn, they can bring it over to you since you're the expert?
As long as it's on Friday.
But fun fact, like she did that one year as a demonstration throughout the entire weekend. She did people's laundry.
Yep.
Oh my
So
goodness.
It was
That's really cool.
We eat, drink, live, sleep, breathe history when we're at these events.
As it should be. Yeah, that's part of it being authentic.
Absolutely.
That's really great. And I love knowing those kind of behind the scenes things too. It's important to
Yep.
share with people. We're talking about Horicon Living History Days, which will be here fast. I know it's Monday. We're talking about the weekend, but what a weekend it will be this Mother's Day weekend at Riverbend Park with the Horicon Historical Society. Congratulations
Thank
again
you.
on the longevity
Yes.
of this event and how it continues to grow. Really will be a fun thing for you to get out and experience this weekend on Mother's Day weekend. Saturday open to the public from 9 to 5 and on Sunday from 9 until 3. And you still have some room for those homeschool families to get registered because you have a lot of students that will
We
be
do.
taking over Riverbend Park
We do,
on
yes.
Friday. And again, that's so cool that you're opening that up just, for students, for those public, private, and homeschool families. How can the homeschool families get registered? Because we do still, now I'm volunteering for you.
well,
Look
hey,
out,
we
Lonnie.
are always
Look
looking
out.
for that.
But you still have some room left for homeschool families to
Sure,
register.
sure. Yeah, they can get a hold of us either sending us an email at Horicon Living History Days, all lowercase, at yahoo.com, and as well as contacting us through our Horicon Living History Days or even Horicon Historical Society Facebook pages.
Okay, that's great. Easy peasy to
Easy,
do that.
yep.
We talked about the rhubarb pie baking contest, which is something, that those two divisions, something else you're nice enough to have two divisions for. One for the participants of the encampment who will bake their pies over
the fire.
campfires. I thought I was just going to be making a funny joke there.
No,
Nope.
that's a thing.
And
yeah.
then anybody listening, anybody that would like to enter may do so. Do you have all of your judges? I
We
see
do,
that Horicon.
yes.
Oh, you do. So
We do,
Horicon
we
Mayor
do.
Josh Moss.
Josh Moss will
Okay.
be there for one of the judges. Bryce Remy, which is a District 3, I believe, alderman.
Yeah.
And then Matt Peterson, who is the branch manager at Horicon Bank in Horicon.
Awesome.
Who
Check.
is also a Historical Society Board of Directors member. So
Oh my
So,
goodness. He's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy,
That's
absolutely.
fantastic. We definitely want people to follow Horicon Living History Days on Facebook.
Yes.
During the stream this morning here on Daily Dodge TV, Ninja has been sharing some of the photographs
Mm-hmm.
that you had sent. It really is something to see.
It is,
And
it
I can't
is.
imagine how much fun this is going to be for folks to experience. Again, the blacksmithing, pioneer settlers, the wool spinners, wigwam building, fire starting.
we'll even have a teepee there, I believe.
Yeah.
Voyageurs with their canoes. I mean, I think we even have some World War II vehicles coming in. So there's going to be something for everyone to see.
Well, and you had mentioned, where we start, the early 1700s to Vietnam. And I had asked off mic, what will the Vietnam era display, have to share with us? And you said even a protester.
Right.
And
that is a new demonstration this year, and we really debated allowing it to happen because I know that during the Vietnam era, a lot of the soldiers were very mistreated when they came back. So we didn't want any conflict, and we didn't want any of our Vietnam veterans who come through the event to take offense to it. But I reached out to the Legion in town and talked to the Legion, and they feel the same way as I do. In order to appreciate history, you need to learn it from all sides of it. So we will have, regular Vietnam soldiers there, as well as the protest, as well as the Horicon American Legion.
That's fantastic.
So-
Oh, and they'll be having a nice Mother's Day brunch there too,
They
so
will.
folks can go enjoy brunch and then head over to Riverbend Park.
Absolutely.
This is wonderful, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We've had a really nice time getting to know each of you. Lonnie J. Moyle, the curator with the Horicon Historical Society, her daughter Autumn Nye with us talking about the upcoming 13th annual Horicon Living History Days taking over Riverbend Park in Horicon this Mother's Day weekend. Please join the fun this Saturday from 9 to 5 and on Sunday from 9 to 3. Follow Horicon Living History Days on Facebook and look forward to seeing Autumn and Lonnie out there throughout the weekend.
In our funny clothes.
Yeah, it'll be great. Thank you so much. We
Absolutely.
appreciate you
Thank
being
you.
here. This is Hometown Today, brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam at 131 Front Street, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, where all month long the May Gold Take Sale is happening. Don't miss it. Amy Hudson in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and in the Daily Dodge TV studios for Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hey, it's Stacy with